Happy Halloween, Georgie.
I wasn't ready and it scared me. I choked on my tea. Hello!
Hello for Halloween.
You had to go one better than me, didn't you? You could have just let me have this!
To make it creepy.
That wasn't creepy.
It wasn't?
No.
Alright, what are we doing this week?
We're doing Halloween stuff. We're
terrible.
doing a countdown
Horror
sort of
Showdown.
thing.
You can take it to long to
Fine,
get
we're
there.
doing a horror showdown.
Yeah.
And we're going to score each of these horror films that are kind of obscure ones. Most of them are anyway, that
Yeah.
we've picked. And we're going to score them on 5 different things, like how scary they were, how good the ending was, out of 5 skulls to have a total out of 25 skulls each for each film.
But then it would be
So
out of
each
50
film gets
skulls.
a total of 50 skulls if it's really good.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's quite good actually. Varies
Yeah.
then, so there should be any other the same skulls. Or maybe
Yeah.
there is.
Very good.
Yes, we tried to leave out. I mean, there are some ones that are more known in this list.
Yeah.
And there's a few more obscure
Well, a lot of
ones.
them were like big cinema releases. Like Lights Out was a big similar.
You've given that one away.
Well, you've given that one away now. Doesn't matter.
But honourable mentions, there's no Shyamalan in here. It's a Split or The
No.
Visit is in here because I see that as mainstream.
Yeah,
Lights Out had a big release, but I don't see it
but it wasn't
completely as mainstream.
No.
No. Alright, there's
No.
a few, yeah. It's not in here, no Stephen King,
No.
because again, that was pretty big.
Yeah.
Just need to be on here.
If you want that,
Yes.
it goes somewhere else.
So there's a total of, I don't know how many films, really.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 films. Kind of knowing them we're 1 off 20.
It's very annoying.
Never mind.
So
Might just we would just throw an
It's
extra
alright.
in there
It's
at the end.
edgy.
and
It's
score it.
edgy. Halloween is scary. It's off balance.
And when I think Halloween, and when I
Yeah.
think Friday the 13th, I think of the number 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, we're going to we'll score about 4 categories.
5 categories.
5
well.
categories. Great start. Category 1
Yeah.
is Haunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, what we said,
How
we're doing about
scary you
5
found
scores. Yeah, how
Yeah.
scary it was, how much it stuck with you, and
Yeah.
in terms of like fear factor.
Yeah.
Okay, we got narrative.
Yeah.
So that is not the idea itself. That is the narrative is just how the film went, as like structurally and how like the narrative flowed and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Atmosphere is the kind of that's very obvious. On atmosphere is the feeling of that film, so not necessarily how haunting it is or scary it is, but
Yeah.
the actual atmosphere. Idea
Yeah.
is similar to the narrative, but it's not how it went along. It's just the concept of the film,
Yeah.
so the idea itself.
Mhm.
And then we've got payoff, which is essentially by the end of the film,
Yeah.
did it pay off well? Did it end how it should have? Does it feel like satisfying? Okay, so there's 5 categories.
Yeah.
But we're not doing them in that order. Oh,
Oh.
creepy.
You're creepy.
Out of order.
You're out of line.
Out of line.
Mm.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Alright, should we get to it then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've said honourable mentions already. Okay. First one.
Yeah.
It Comes at Night.
What does?
Nothing apparently.
I won't do that the whole time.
Okay.
Yep.
Want to
Ready.
give me your haunt score for it first?
Yes.
Out of 5. Oh yeah, also we can do 0.5s, but that's all. We're not doing 0.2, 0.3. We're not doing like 4.2. It's just 0.5s.
Yeah.
in case
I
it
haven't
gets a bit
done any
difficult.
0.5s. I forgot we could do 0.5s.
You are poop then, aren't you?
I might change that as we go.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It Comes at Night. Haunt. 1.
1.
I was not scared at any point.
Even with the old man, I was like, "Ah!"
What old man?
You've forgotten that film, haven't you? You definitely were, because when we were watching it, like, where 1. You
Alright.
satchel.
2.
2.
2.
Alright, I gave it 4 for
Yeah,
haunt,
2.
because I thought it was creepy as fuck.
Oh no. But you weren't scared.
But in that, what do you mean scared? Well, I was, because it was like kind of like it was kind of creepy because you never saw what it was.
Yeah.
Well, you never
No.
see. Okay, we're gonna try and avoid
2.
spoilers for this as well. We'll try and
Yeah.
work around that a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you never, because the whole time you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
was pretty creepy, and also that old fucking man at the start was pretty creepy.
Oh yeah.
But then again, we find different things scary. I find it scary when I do not see anything, and that creeps me out. Okay, so you just gave it 2. I gave it 4. All right.
Yeah.
The idea?
3.
3. Nice. Do you want to say anything about why you gave it the
3? Because although obviously we'll move on to like how it was carried out, but although it's carried out well, not amazingly, but well, the idea I don't think was anything like amazing, but it was a nice idea, but it was kind of just people isolated in a house in the woods, which is done to death.
Yeah, which is interesting because I give it 5 out of 5.
Did you?
Only because I think in terms of idea, like we get to narrative, but idea I think it was because it felt very different to most. Even though it was kind of the same kind of, like you said, a hut in the woods and stuff, it felt different because it wasn't told the same way. It was being edgy in terms of it wasn't trying to be the same as everything, and that's why people obviously didn't like it and it was all controversial.
Yeah.
But again, we won't go into why. Watch the film because it's really good. Narrative.
That's how it was carried out, isn't it?
That was just so like the
3.
actual narrative at 3.
Yeah.
I give it 4 for that.
Okay.
Because again, I think the story, like it was, for what happens.
Yeah.
You're intrigued the entire time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And as well, I'm putting it under narrative as well, is the acting. I was thinking that's part of narrative a little bit. Well, look, but how they acted it out.
I was thinking we should have had a 6th category for acting.
Is that it? Fuck that.
Well, yeah.
Just
the acting was absolutely brilliant.
Exactly.
But I can't score it.
But the acting can go towards certain things because the acting could also work towards atmosphere.
Okay.
So if you think about the acting, if it works towards that point, then you just saying that onto the atmosphere for it.
5.
5. I gave it 5 too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was really good.
You can't give it less than that. Out of all of these films, this is one of the ones with the best atmosphere easily.
Because when like thinking back on that film, I wasn't like, oh my god, that film was terrifying. I wasn't like, oh my god, what a great story. I was just like, I remember the feeling of it. I remember how the film felt.
I don't remember the score for it at all, but I just remember like the idea of the woods and just how sort of empty and it kind of, like I said, it just felt horrible.
Yeah, it did. It felt really depressing and
in a great way, but still. Okay, payoff?
4.
4. Yeah. Interesting, because I give it 3 for payoff.
Did you?
Yeah. It kind of erupted a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
But it didn't, because it was so unexpected how it ended.
I'm just going to say, I've actually got 3 written down.
What,
but
for
then
payoff?
as I just thought of that ending, what happened?
No, you had 4 in. You just told me 4.
No, I had 3 written down, but I
just
just said 4 as you asked me because I remembered what the end was and the acting in that bit and what you just gestured. Yeah, that was horrific. Yeah. I did not expect that to happen.
That's a very good point.
I'd be tempted on a 5 for that.
I'd put that towards the narrative. It doesn't really matter though. But but then it works completely for payoff. Works more for payoff. All right, well that's that one then. Next film.
Yep.
Creep should be next on your list.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go first for Haunt?
4.
For me too, because that first Creep was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, because I was going to say I would say 5 because it was so creepy. But I wasn't scared after. And I think for something to be like a 5 for scary, you've got to be really scared watching it, and then when it's finished, you're still terrified. And I wasn't scared once it was done.
It's because it's a little bit jokey. Like, it doesn't go entirely.
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you again.
That was
2 sneezes.
That was crazy loud.
Oh my god.
That's how many I gave it Friday.
You've been haunted.
Exactly. Yeah. Same with me. I found it but I did find it quite like haunting. Like especially again. Like a bit towards the end, I was like, "Oh God, this is terrifying." But because it was a little jokey, it kind of took off the extra edge of being crazy. Because we never wanted to look away, or like we were never like.
No.
It was more like it's one of those horrors where you sort of go laugh and go, "No, fuck you bastard! No, don't do that."
Yeah.
Oh, you bitch! Kind of horror, not like, "Oh my God, no."
Yeah.
Which
Not like no, I can't look at that. No, I'm not gonna sleep.
Nothing's fucked up in terms of like.
Well no, I know.
Yeah, but it's all human. Like it doesn't feel like fucked up. Like there's no giant monsters climbing out of trolls.
TVs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Idea?
Yeah. Idea.
Yeah.
4.
4. I gave it 4.5.
Yeah, I should have given it 4.5.
Because it's a simple. Well, it's quite a simple premise. Just
Can I
obviously
give it 4.5 as well?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's quite a simple premise. The idea is just, we should probably say what these films are about. We couldn't really say that it comes at night much, but with this,
No.
it's obviously, they've just released a sequel for it as well, which we'll get to. But it's basically about a guy finds an ad in a paper, and the guy wants to hire him. He's basically a videographer. Videographer. He's a photographer and a videographer. He's one of those.
Yeah.
One of those guys who films
things.
things.
Stuff for money.
And he finds an ad in the paper, so he goes to visit. He goes to do this deal with a guy to film him for a week.
Yeah.
I think he said. I think it was for a week.
I think it's a week. Yeah, and I was going to say what he says it's for because that is in the trailer.
Yeah, go
Can
for
I
it.
say it?
Yeah.
He says that he wants him to come and film a video because he is going to be a father, but that he's dying of terminal cancer. So he wants this video to pass on to his unborn son, and that's all we'll see. But
yeah. Oh. Yeah, very simple premise, but narrative.
5.
5.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3.5. A narrative.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was carried out so well.
But you just say 5, didn't you?
Yeah.
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 I
don't know how you could have done that idea any better.
Yeah, I don't know with it. Wait, narrative. Yeah, I get 3.5. Just checking I put the right thing down. Yeah, I mean, we've done the idea. I gave it quite a lot for that. I don't know with the narrative. I think it's because there was bits I remember just kind of. It was really, like, don't get me wrong, it's brilliant, but I don't know with the first one, I kind of remember being like, ooh, I can't explain it, yeah.
I also think, like, there were so many points where we were saying, oh my god, that's so good, that's exactly what you would do. And he didn't, like, not call the police, like, he kept trying to call the police, and he went in and put all the lights on, like, exactly how you would do. He wasn't trying to walk around in the dark or with, like, a flashlight for no reason.
Yeah.
I thought it was done so well. I don't know how you could improve it.
It's a very good point. It was brilliant. Even though I've not scored it 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
But still, that's a very good point.
Do you want to change it?
No, I'll stick with my scores.
Alright. You can change it. Don't be stubborn.
I'm not. I don't want 3.5 is fine with narrative.
Oh, alright.
It's not that there's anything wrong with the narrative. It's that there's stuff with. You got to bear in mind that we're scoring all these out of 5, and there's ones that narrative went a lot better. Like went better because they were more focused on narrative. I don't think this was a film that was necessarily focused on the story. As brilliant as it was, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
5.
You gave it 5 for atmosphere.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3 for atmosphere.
Oh.
Just because, again, like same with atmosphere, like for It Comes at Night, there was a crazy, like you felt like you were in that world, whereas this just feels like a regular, like.
Yeah, but I don't think it always has to like transport you somewhere else to have a good atmosphere. I think. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Payoff.
It just felt like I was, I don't know. God, I didn't mean to trash this film at all.
You really have trashed it, and it's like one of your favourite films of the year. I'm so surprised of these scores.
I'm just trying to be honest with it. Okay.
No, you are. It's more just because you said how much you love this film all the time, and you have pretty much trashed it.
We're on to payoff for the last one. Alright, what did you get for payoff?
5.
Well, I get 5 too.
Good.
So there we go.
I'm bloody tired.
Got a 10. Because without saying it, that ending is unexpected and brilliant. So there we go. Creep 2. We go straight onto the sequel.
Yeah.
Haunt.
3.
3 for me too. So do you want to write that score in?
Good.
Yeah, this one. The trouble is with this one, without again saying too much, is after what happens in the first one, you can't particularly be as creeped out by this one because you know the character.
Yeah, because the whole point, the whole thing in the first one is you don't know who he is, what he's about, and by the second one you do. So that is immediately gone.
Yeah. Although he does an amazing job. Director Patrick Brice does a brilliant job of managing to make it so you still don't know how he's going to react. Yeah. Let's just say it that way. Yeah. And again, hats off to Mark Duplass because he is incredible.
You're creepy, man. Yeah. you creepy.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He is.
So good.
It's terrifying in it.
Yeah.
Idea?
4.
4 as well.
Yeah.
Because again, for this one, I think Yeah, just the idea of it, the way they've changed up and
Yeah.
the way they've adapted to making a sequel that works without being the same thing is brilliant.
It's similar enough so you know where you are with it still. You still recognise it as a sequel to Creep, but it changed it up enough that it was still interesting and really exciting to see how it's going to unfold.
Yeah.
Really good.
Atmosphere?
4.
I gave it 3.5 for Atmosphere.
Hmm?
A bit tougher on Atmosphere. But again, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I think that's the struggle when you're doing found footage. Is I don't think you always have a great atmosphere to it because you don't have the score to it. You don't have like all the kind of other elements. And I'm not saying like to escape into it, just to build this kind of world.
I prefer that sometimes though when there is no music.
So do I. I prefer if there was no music in Psycho for the shower scene as well.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot better. It is a lot better. Well, it looks a lot better.
That'd be so much more brutal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. Atmosphere?
Did we just do Atmosphere?
No, we just did narrative. Did I say Atmosphere twice?
Atmosphere.
Oh, yes, I did. Fucking look at this in the wrong order. What did you say for Atmosphere? 4?
Yeah.
God, this score sheet is already trashed. Alright, narrative.
4.
Alright, I gave it a 4 too.
Phew.
Bless you. We have got
my
the
God, we've got the
sneezes
sneezes.
today. Payoff?
4.
4 as well.
I feel like you scored the second one higher than the first one.
I think I did for a lot of it. Oh, I don't know actually. Not as high for Payoff. I gave it a bit higher for Atmosphere.
Oh.
Less for Haunt. And then less for... No, I scored the first one high. It just seems like I scored it. I don't know why.
Oh, poor Creep.
What's wrong with Creep? They're not, but I've given it quite high scores. But all above 3.5s.
Yeah.
Alright, next film.
Yeah.
The Sacrament.
5. Oops.
5 to what?
To Haunt.
Oh, okay.
I was jumping straight in.
I only gave it 2 for Haunt.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I didn't find it very scary.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in that sense,
It
you can
is
get it.
that is the most terrifying thing ever. That cults and all of that.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's because
hate
you
them.
took so long. Because I feel like the thing with this film is the reason why I didn't give it much on Haunt is because there wasn't much. Nothing really happens scary wise, or like there's a few like I don't even know if there's jump hits. There's stuff with the little girl. And then we should probably keep saying what these. We need to say what these films are. Okay, so The Sacrament is about a couple of guys. It's found footage or like a cam footage, whatever.
But they were trying to make a documentary, weren't they?
Yeah, because one of their sisters was an alcoholic. She went away to like get better, and she ended up being in this camp. I think it was in Africa.
Yeah, I
South
think
Africa?
so. Yeah, and it's meant to be like a retreat, but it like they think it's
Something wasn't
really
right.
weird. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And they go to find her and they want to make a documentary about this place
Yeah.
of what it's doing with its people and like what's going on, and it's a bit fishy. There's men with guns around.
Yeah.
As if they don't know what's going on. There's a guy called the Father, I'm pretty sure they call him.
Father,
He's a bit edgy. Yeah, and it's about what happens at this place.
Yeah.
When they're finding footage. But I think it takes so long to build up and nothing really happens too much. It's kind of like spooky, but it's nothing scary happens.
It's
and then
not,
when it kicks
but
off.
I don't mean haunt, but again, like haunt.
Again,
that's
what's stuck
taking
with you.
haunt as like something that's scary. Like,
Well, frightening,
oh
okay,
God,
but you
that
mean it's
scared
stuck
me.
with you wise, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is fine as well. It varies as a score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping no.
Yeah.
No. 5, definitely 5.
Fair
Absolutely hideous. Horrible, horrible.
It's good these scores are going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to come out on top.
No.
And neither will you. Stick with the podcast to find out. Idea?
3.
3.
Yeah.
See, I gave it 4 for that.
This idea has been done a lot. A lot.
It's very true. I thought of it in the
A
sense
lot.
of the idea because it was based on true events. And that is all I will say. That's why I
Yeah.
gave the idea high. But then I can completely see your point.
But it's been done over and over and over again. But it's a solid idea, so 3.
I will say this, I did do all my point scoring whilst popping popcorn.
Yeah.
So, if my scores are a bit strange.
I feel like the steam got to you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on these.
Narrative?
4.
I've gone 2 for narrative. Because I didn't think it told it very well at all. I didn't think there was much of a, way of going about it. I thought it was quite strange.
Yeah, I would change that, but I'm not allowed.
But don't, because then I don't feel as bad when you've given it a weird score.
No, but no, because I want to change it.
Alright, to what?
2.
Alright. Jesus Christ, we
there
need to stop
wasn't a-
changing stuff because
there
I'm not
wasn't
going to
a
read this
huge-
sheet.
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't a huge like story. It was more that it was. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Next up,
Yeah.
atmosphere.
5.
Fair enough. I gave it 3.
Oh.
I get where you're coming. You mean the atmosphere because the end of it felt
'Cause it was
so
well,
disgusting
not,
and
and
horrible.
Just, yeah, the end of it was. My scores are going to be really confusing now because I think
Why?
we've taken these words as meaning different things.
No, but they can mean different things to us. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Because I completely agree with you. What you're about to say now, I was thinking while we were doing the last score about atmosphere and how I could put it higher, but Yeah.
The atmosphere was absolutely horrible.
yeah.
Like just thinking about if you were there is, oh yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Last one.
Yeah.
Payoff.
Now I've given it 1.
Interesting.
Payoff.
I gave it 1 too.
Yeah.
Want to say why?
Yeah, I gave it 1 because the payoff is what the end of the film is, and it's horrible. So I don't necessarily think it was a good payoff because
I would
I'm not going.
say it's a bit much for a lot of people as well.
Yeah.
That's why the payoff is we've given it quite.
But
high, so.
because if we just set because.
Well, it's satisfaction at the end as well. Is how I'm
Yeah,
saying
and that's
this.
it. I felt absolutely horrible after I watched this film. That's why I've given the atmosphere and the horn 5 each because it stuck with me for a long time.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere was absolutely horrific, but I don't know that that's a good thing. So I gave the payoff 1 because I felt horrible for the whole day after I watched this film.
Yeah.
It's horrific. It really is horrible.
Yeah.
Oh
So
god,
there's your
no,
warning.
I'm
If you're
reliving
gonna
it.
watch this.
Yeah,
It'll either entice
yeah.
people will be like, no. But I think most people are like, well, I want to watch it now.
No, oh, don't. It's honestly.
It's probably one of the
it is
lesser known ones on
horrible.
this list. The Sack one.
Yeah.
It's also the guy that did. I'm pretty sure the one who did the second one. He did the VHS films, which are on this list, but they're fucking terrifying.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the ones that you
Well,
told
it's
me
a
to
culty
never
bit.
watch because you
Yeah.
said about a cult one that I wouldn't like.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fucking horrible.
Let's stop talking about it because I'm getting upset.
Next film,
Yes.
little Netflix gem here, The Invitation.
Invitation.
So this is about a guy who was with. He obviously goes to he goes to his ex-house with his new girlfriend
Yeah.
for a dinner party. They haven't seen him in 2 years, I think
Yeah.
it is. They
I
haven't seen
thought
him
it
in a
was
long
longer,
time.
but then when we watched the trailer again, he said 2 years, and it seemed like longer. And the way they were with each other, it seemed like longer.
Yeah, I
guess
think it's
2
because they
years
just
is a long
suddenly
time.
stopped talking,
Yeah.
and then they invited him to a dinner party with all their other friends 2 years later, and it's the kind
Yeah.
of weird atmosphere. And again, like the second one, you don't know what's going on with these
No.
people. They were like in a complete state, and now
Yeah.
his ex is absolutely fine. So you got this whole idea of cults
Yeah.
and stuff, but you don't know what it is. You just
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah.
Go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Let's
and,
do your scores first.
All right.
Haunt.
First for Haunt, I gave it 2.
Mm.
Because in all fairness, I didn't find it scary.
Yeah.
Or it didn't make me like it didn't scare me, and it didn't leave a feeling with me in terms of being like we'll get further into it for different
Yeah.
scores, but for this score I wasn't terrified.
Yeah.
And like yeah. What about you?
We had 2.5.
Interesting.
You know,
Okay.
I've changed my scores because I said at the beginning I'm giving it any 0.5s. But yeah,
Yeah.
originally I was going to say higher, but yeah, I wasn't scared.
Idea? Wait, I'm doing my first. Okay, for idea,
Yeah.
I gave it 3.5.
Oh, okay. 3.
3. Yeah, I was gonna say there
Again,
wasn't
it's
anything.
done. It's done. The idea is done.
Yeah.
A lot.
Next one. It's narrative.
3.
I knew you were gonna ask me.
Oh, shoot.
3.5. I gave it there.
Okay.
So again, that's the same as last. 6.5.
Yeah.
Any reason why? With narrative? Why
Yeah,
are you gonna
because I said 3 and 3 because the idea is done, and I don't think it was carried out like this. I also just want to say all of these films are very, 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 very good
It's
films.
the thing. These
I'm being
scores-
harsh in the thinking that all of these films are way better. Like if I was scoring these films in with like a lot of mainstream
Yeah.
films, all the other films would be like 1s and 2s.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Yeah.
take these scores, and then we're comparing these scores to the other ones on this list. So when
Yeah.
we're thinking of, we had all these in our mind, and we went, okay, out of all these films,
Yeah,
what
which,
are these
yeah,
scores?
exactly. Because if I was scoring this next to like The Conjuring,
then it'd all be 5 out of 5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just want to say that. Yeah. So 3 and 3 because the idea has been done a lot, like where people haven't seen each other for a long time and then they just suddenly pop up and it's a dinner party and it's all a bit creepy. That's been done, and the narrative kind of just followed that kind of normal thing up until a point.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I give it 3.
Why was with the narrative again? The acting's very well done, and the bits of dialogue, like there's bits in there where you're sort of talking about it, and it's.
If we were going into acting and script and score and stuff, the scores for these would be really different. But this is more about how scary and atmospheric they were. So
suggest you watch all these films as well.
Yeah.
Saying this as well, that's the only other thing. The narrative, like you have the whole bit about why they stopped talking. Pardon me. Why they stopped talking.
Yeah.
That's done over and over again. That reason is constantly used. It's a nice reason. Well, it's not a nice reason. It's a good reason to use, but it is being used quite a lot now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to think when I've seen that before. I'm sure I have, but yeah.
I want to say because
I would say though it was better. It's getting done more. It was done better in this film. Yeah.
So that's what made it up past a 3.
What did you give it for narrative again?
3.5 I gave it. Next one was Atmosphere, and I gave it 3.
I gave it 4 for Atmosphere.
3?
Yeah.
Why were you like, oh god?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think it's just because it was set in a house and it was all quite upbeat for most of the film, and that's why.
I thought it was really good because the house seemed like really dark, and she was all dressed in white, and it was just a bit.
If I was scoring all of these off of the last 20 minutes, the Atmosphere and the Haunt would be probably a lot higher. But based on the film as a whole, it's different. Which means the last one is
Payoff.
And do you know what I gave for that?
Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah.
And this is the main reason why I should watch this film, for the ending.
For the ending, because you're like, oh no, what?
Yeah.
What?
And that,
so good.
That's why I should watch it.
Yeah, very good.
Next film.
Get out.
Oh, who was saying that?
Get out.
Peggy from EastEnders. Get out of my butt.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what that was. I'm glad you knew.
All right.
Get out.
Do you want to go first this time then?
Yeah.
So for Haunt, what have you given it? That's not a number.
I said 3, but now I feel like it should be lower because I don't actually remember being scared at any point. 2.
All right. I gave it 3.5.
I wasn't scared.
Because
I wasn't scared.
But I did not like the fucking run-up motherfucking bit when he's running at you.
Yeah.
And there's some bits in there.
Though, and that's in the trailer.
In the trailer, it's creepier than the film. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But also there were bits where, there were bit. I've given it quite high for that. But I think it's because I remember the first time I watched it, was bits I was like, oh fuck. But I know what you mean. Again, it wasn't like kind of scary.
There was no point where I was like, oh my god, look away.
No.
Nah.
2. All right. Idea.
5.
5 as well.
Yeah.
It's
a great idea.
The reason why I gave it 5 is because this is what I thought of idea as well. Is social concepts, like the idea, like social stuff, and the idea of it being about race.
Yeah.
And again, we don't want to spoil it, but what Get Out goes into, and the reason what this is all about is quite an interesting. And it goes pretty far out there.
It went. Yeah, I was gonna say it was so wacky, but it was just done so well. It just worked. Yeah.
Because you brought both social issues and that in there.
Yeah,
it works really well, and we've never seen something like this.
No, I haven't seen it done ever. Yeah.
So yeah,
very,
solid.
Very good.
This is going to score quite high. I think
this is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if this was. Yeah.
Atmosphere. Oh, sorry, no, we'll go narrative next.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got 2 lists in front of me. I don't know what ones.
5.
Nice. I've given it 4 for that. Just because I think the idea was better than how it was told. I mean, I don't think it's anything. That's why I got 4 out of 5.
I don't know. I think just thinking of like the dialogue and the conversations that they have with her parents, and the whole like bit with the policeman at the start, and how it all turns around. Obviously,
the only reason why the narrative dropped a point for me.
Yeah.
There are still things by the end of this film that don't necessarily make sense logically, and I don't mean them in the idea. I mean there are things that if you make this stuff, they don't add up with the story.
Yeah.
And
I overlooked them and gave it a 5.
Yeah. Fair enough. I only give it 1 less because when we came out of it, we went over. We talked. I remember what we were riding down the side of the river.
Yeah, on our
talking
horses.
On
horseback. Yeah.
With our wingsuits.
Yeah.
No, we were on the bike, so we were talking about it for ages. This film, I remember watching it and spending ages talking about it, and I was just saying all the stuff. I was like, why did that happen? But yeah.
Did we go and watch another film after?
No.
Why were we riding down the river?
I thought it would be nice to go down for a ride.
Oh.
I don't think we watched another film.
Gross. I'm joking.
I thought we watched Lego Batman around that time. Maybe that was out.
No.
Then we watched another on that date. What doesn't
Yeah,
matter
we
anyway.
watched Lego Batman, then we walked out of that because it was trash.
Then did we go watch It Comes at Night? Was that on the same day or something? That was on the same day or something. I can't remember what day. Anyway, Atmosphere.
Oh, Atmosphere 4.
4. Interesting. I gave it... Do you know, that's quite mean. I'm going to give it a 3.
Did you give it a 2?
I gave it a 2.5.
Mm.
You just said 4, didn't you?
Yeah, I feel that's too high. 3.
3.
3. Yeah.
Okay, so 6 then. We are reviewing these after we talk to each other. I love how we validate each other's opinions so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because again, there wasn't... I don't know how to say it really, because a bit of it was based in New York, and then I went to the house, it was all quite upbeat and didn't feel like... I don't know, the moments felt sinister in it, and the bits felt sinister, but as overall, it just kind of felt like a guy...
I think the acting was so good in this.
Yeah.
I think it helped.
That's why you give it a narrative, gave it a 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And then the payoff.
4.
Oh, I gave it 5.
I was going to say 5, but...
You get 4.
I didn't say that for a reason that I don't want to say.
For the very end moment. Is that why? The very the last few seconds.
Because they really missed a trick there.
Yeah.
Big time missed a trick.
I wonder what the alternative ending's like on the Blu-ray. You should watch that.
I think it could be what we said it should have been.
I give it 5.
I can hear a rumbling.
Demons.
Oh my god.
I gave it 5.
Yeah.
Because it's very satisfying.
It's very
when
satisfying.
it kicks off, when the payoff starts, it is very satisfying. All those bits because you're like, fucking yeah!
Yeah.
I don't say why, but yeah.
I mean, I would be really tempted to give it a 4.5, but just had they done that ending, I would have been like, this film, oh my god. But because they didn't, it's like, it's so annoying that I gave it 4.
We said about how they could have, yeah, I completely agree. Next film. It Follows.
It Follows.
Like that.
Very good.
All right.
Score 5 out of 5. Yeah, go on. Haunt.
For Haunt, I gave it 4 out of 5.
I also gave it 4
because I did find this one pretty fucking
very
creepy.
Scary.
Yeah,
I was very scared.
I was very scary. This was when I started properly watching horror films because I started realising there was ones that could be good.
Yeah.
If you just looked somewhere else.
It's only like 2 years ago, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but I mean like properly started because we've started watching them quite frequently, and that was at that point where I started watching a bit more frequently. Yeah. Because it is creepy and the concept is creepy and next bit of score.
Idea.
I gave it for Idea 4.5 out of 5.
I gave it 5 out of 5.
Nice. I believe it deserves a lot of points there because again, I mean the concept itself is kind of basic, but then again social kind of things.
I think a lot of people would argue that it's silly. But I don't think it is. I think it's really scary.
It's basic, but it works. Because people
are always like, why don't you just run if it's walking towards you? But the thought of something forever walking towards you, like you could never sleep, you could never... Oh, no.
We haven't really said what these ones are about. Get Out, you don't mean to say what it is about because people will have seen it and you can't really say about it. And then It Follows is about, like you said, it's just the idea that something is... You pass it on by sex and something that it can take the form of any kind of human is walking after you.
And will kill you.
And doesn't stop. And when it gets to you, we assume will massacre you because we see it twice, and one of them at the very start is completely fucked up.
A leg ripped up by a head.
Yeah.
Horrific.
I guess they had the whole idea of STDs and how they're passed on as well.
Yeah.
It's just teenage kind of culture kind of stuff, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Next one.
Narrative.
I gave it... I've lost it. Oh my god, I've lost it. 3.5 out of 5. What are you doing? 3.5. Yeah. Again, the concept was better than how it was played out. Still absolutely fine, but it could have taken a few more different turns.
Yeah, it could have. Yeah.
Next word.
Atmosphere.
For Atmosphere.
Yes.
I'm going to push my score up a little bit to 4.5.
Okay, I gave it 5.
Yeah. Because but this Atmosphere is because of the score.
Yeah, I was going to say
cinematography.
It's definitely the score.
Yeah, the cinematography, the colours.
Yeah.
Again, on this kind of bit, I think it is mostly the music. The score for this is brilliant because they've got this kind of 8-bit style. I think it is by I can't remember the name of them. I think it's.
I have no idea.
Disaster Piece.
I can't remember.
I have a feeling they're called Disaster Piece, and it's just this kind of digital kind of sound. That's why it's brilliant. Yeah, one word. I think that's what it is.
Oh god! You dropped my laptop.
Just break everything.
And the next one is payoff ending. What did you give it?
2.5.
Yeah, 2.
Wasn't bothered by the ending
Nah.
at all. I was kind of like, this is just sort of...
Drop right off there.
It doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere with the ending.
Nope.
Okay, the next one.
Babadook.
I was going to do the voice, but I'll
No,
shit you up,
please
so
don't.
I won't.
Please don't. So you can guess what I gave this for Haunt.
Yeah.
We can do the voice.
Babadook. These are like the three we've just kind of Get Out, It Follows, and Babadook are ones that I think aren't as overlooked. I'm pretty sure this is on Netflix as well. So you should go watch it if you haven't. It's fucking terrifying.
It's horrible.
It is about a mother. I think the husband. I think it's in the trailer. Her husband passed away or died. I can't remember if it was in an accident. And the son, she's sort of filled with grief, and the son is having a troubled time. Like a really young son's having troubled times. It's also an Australian film, pretty sure. Was having troubled times at school, and then there's this whole creepy thing about the Babadook. He brings a book home. Or she gets a book.
I thought it was just there. I thought it was just in
I
the
can't remember where the book comes
house.
from. The book's called The Babadook, and it's about a monster who's always there and watching.
Yeah.
And then creepy stuff starts happening in that house.
Yeah, let's not talk about it anymore.
No, that will do.
We
Okay
will
then.
not
So
be
what did you
watching
give it
this.
for a Haunt?
1. No, I gave it a big fat 5.
So did I,
Because it
because
scared the living daylights out of me. I remember just after I watched it and just being like, I can't ever be alone again.
yeah. I remember I told you the story earlier what happened when I watched it. I watched it at university with my housemates at the time, who was sat in the bed behind me quite far away, where I was sat up on my desk chair right by the monitor watching it.
Yeah.
So every bit you're like, what is that? Oh my god! It was
Yeah.
like, shit. And also then when I went to sleep, I had posters on my wall at that point, because you're in a shitty uni house, and all the posters on my wall, when it's dark, move up the wall, because your eyes are playing tricks on you, which is kind of similar to what happens in this film.
Oh god,
So that's fucking horrible that night.
No way.
This was also, I watched it on Halloween, you know that?
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Probably the anniversary when I watched it today. I don't know if
Well,
it
it
was on the
will
day.
be. Because
Well, yeah.
Halloween.
I think it was on the day. I don't know if it was around Halloween or on the day.
Oh. Probably the anniversary. Definitely.
No, it's the anniversary.
Yeah, maybe.
Next
5
one.
for Haunt, yeah.
Idea.
5.
I gave it 4.
Brilliant idea.
I feel bad now. No, I don't.
Definitely
Because
a
again,
5.
it's not
Definitely
a whole.
A 5.
All right, fair enough. Well, I gave it 4 because I'm a bit more mean.
Mean, yeah. Because
yeah, it was...
because what it turns out to be, well, not turns out to be about. Obviously, it's all down to interpretation. But what you think this film is probably the issue it's addressing.
I'll give it an extra 0.5. Sorry, yeah, 9.5.
Yeah, it's not done a lot, and it was done flipping well.
Yeah.
Acting
Come
was
out of nowhere as
insane
well.
too. Yeah.
Nowhere, and it has social relevance as well, and certain or psychological relevance.
Yeah.
Put it that way. That's a little teaser for it. Narrative.
5.
Very nice. Jesus Christ, this is probably smashing it. My narrative, I gave 3.5
Wow.
because again, I loved it, but I remember there being bits where I was a bit like, I don't remember. I'm gonna need to. I need to watch it again. I just again don't remember always being like the whole film being like enticed. Because I think it had the whole thing of daytime, it's fine, nighttime, oh, it's up again. I don't
mind that so much when it's done this well, though. I really don't.
Kind of, but I think it's because...
And also, if you're saying about acting going into narrative, then definitely a 5, because gosh, he's just devastating.
Fair play. Fair play. I'm just trying to level the playing field.
Atmosphere.
4.
5.
Fair enough.
Horrible.
Horrible.
I didn't say horrible. I said horrible.
Horrible. Yeah. Again, atmosphere kind of links to Haunt quite a bit. It's because it's so terrifying. Because you're shitting yourself at night while watching this film. When they're going to bed, you're fucking terrified. And then payoff.
4.
Do you know what? I've actually watched this film twice, and it's because the second time I watched it, I wasn't scared. I think that's why this has dropped a bit. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I knew it was happening or because it was a bit earlier, but I just wasn't that scared.
Oh. I can't ever imagine watching this film and not being terrified.
What did you say?
4.
4. Interesting, so did I, because I wasn't 100% sure on the ending.
Yeah.
Again, we can't really say why.
No, I think we're talking about the same bit, though.
Yeah. Next one.
But, even though I say that, when you think about what this film is actually addressing the issue of, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I should have given it 5. But no,
Yeah,
because that would
that's
be 5s across the board. That's a bit ridiculous. It's not perfect. Okay.
Next one.
The Wailing.
Yes, this is a Korean film.
That's how I imagine wailing. That's the singing. No.
That's not wailing.
That's wailing.
Sorry. That is wailing. Yeah. This is a Korean film.
Yeah.
It's pretty long. If
long.
you're gonna watch, see, this is one you should be watching if you're watching anything this I was gonna say this Christmas. If you're watching anything this Christmas with your family, watch The Wailing.
Sit down to watch The Wailing. Don't.
It's
Do it.
yeah, it's a Korean film. It's set in a village. I don't know where it's absolutely stunning and it's a beautiful location. It's very long. It's about 2.5 hours, 2 hours 40, I think.
Yeah.
It's on
Worth
Netflix. It's subtitled, not dubbed. And you don't kind of want it dubbed because it kind of sometimes ruins it. It's just subtitled.
Yeah.
It's very enticing and you should watch it because the concept's very good and the whole build up to it is very. If you like kind of like horrors where it's not just where it kind of feels like a bit folk tale-y.
Yeah.
And has the whole
I was going to say atmospheric, but we're scoring atmospheres. So I don't want to say.
Always say for what it's about really is that it's about strange goings on, like kind of demon kind of goings on.
Something happening in the village.
Yeah, something like possessive happening in the village because you can say because it's kind of
I hate possession.
and the main character is a detective and he's on the case of. It makes some terrible. He's a detective. He's not your normal detective.
He's not a great detective, is he?
No, I think he's just a police officer. I don't know if he's a detective.
Yeah, I think he is a police officer.
Either way, he's not your normal generic. I'm gonna solve this kind of guy.
No.
Entirely, it's a bit of an idiot. But yeah.
Okay, Haunt.
I have given it 5 out of 5.
4.
I'm interested in you say that towards the end because you did not like certain things in that film.
I did not like that. No, but and I was going to give it 5 because of that. But then I thought you can't give it 5 just for one moment.
That's very true. But I found quite.
But it was creepy.
For me, I found quite a lot in this that was creepy as shit.
4.
For what?
With 4.
I thought you guys you've already given me a score. You muppet. All right.
Idea.
4.
4.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't the idea itself. Wasn't like.
I feel like if we'd just actually seen just the idea, 3. Sorry, can I change that? Yeah. Because oh my god, the mic just moved by itself. That was horrible. Because this idea has been done.
New, is it?
A creepy goings on in like a village is
no cell reception.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, yeah.
Next one.
Narrative. How it was carried out.
4.5.
4.
Oh, interesting. I gave it 4.5 because this feels like a whole because it's long and it feels like it has a whole it doesn't feel it expands
story.
And it has different has different branches coming off of it. It doesn't just feel like this really basic thing.
I'll tell you a secret. I originally said 5. Now I thought no.
You're out of order.
It's not that
good. Should give it 5.
Nah.
Because there's so many theories. Because this is one of those films where you can watch videos explaining it, and there's theories about it, and it's interpretive, which I think makes it for a better narrative because it means there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Which is why I gave it a high score for that. Next one.
I was about to say The Wailing. Atmosphere 5.
Okay. I gave it 5 as well.
Yeah.
I think you need to give it a 5 for this because again, it's
the location alone. It makes
location it's fucking stunning for a film. It looks beautiful. It's like watching The Revenant. It's just like you think about all the shots. They must have had a fair
budget for this film. I feel like.
Could have, yeah. Had a decent camera.
Yeah, I was going to say. I feel like a lot of the shots were so
I don't know if they were difficult shots though. They just were stunning. Because a lot of it was very. Because if you think about it, in terms of the effects and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all very basic.
Yeah, that's true actually.
But it just looks colourful. It looks colourful. It looks gorgeous, and and the atmosphere as a whole, it's fucking creepy. Yeah. And that kind of works for the atmosphere because it's
I think.
And it's creepy in the day, and that's what adds to the atmosphere is when they can be creepy in the day.
Yeah.
They must have a good atmosphere because you don't really when it's daylight you think it's safe, whereas this you don't really feel.
I think films that are set in a country that we don't know well are always automatically going to have a better atmosphere for us because it's unknown, so it will be I feel like it is scarier immediately when you don't know the world.
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
But
last score.
Payoff.
I gave it 4.
I also gave it 4.
Yes, because it wasn't entirely outstanding.
No.
But it was good. It was very good how it ended. And it didn't go how it went, but at the same time it felt like it kind of left a last note where it didn't finish. But I loved it still, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Next film,
Yes.
Train to Busan.
Yes.
Another Korean film. We watched this, I think, the day after. No, we watched this the day before, I think. Pardon me again? I've got the spooks.
We got the spooks. We've got the weird hiccups.
Yeah, another Korean film.
Yeah.
This one is a lot more actiony.
Yeah.
It's about... Basically, there's a few... It's like, you know how like every zombie... It's a zombie film, but in every zombie film there's a few characters from different families, and they're all like, oh, this is just our story in this event, and they all sort of team up. It's like that. This is just about a train going across... I imagine somewhere in Korea. I don't actually know the locations.
No.
I can't remember where they leave from, but I'm pretty sure I remember.
Busan.
No, they go to Busan.
I know.
Busan. They leave from Busan to go to Busan.
Yeah, they're doing a circle.
These different few characters that you follow are on the train, and it all kicks off and there's zombies on the train.
Yeah.
And also off the train.
Yeah.
Which you know, but then
It's a
they're
zombie
stuck
outbreak.
on the train. Yeah. It's a zombie outbreak film, but it's in here because it's good enough to be in this list.
Yeah.
Haunt. I gave it.
Yeah.
Then we go on to my second bit of paper. 3.
I also gave it 3.
Nice, because while it isn't very scary
It's not
because it's
scary,
zombies,
no,
I
I
don't
don't
really
know
care
why I
for
gave it
zombies.
3.
Why? Because there were bits in this you were like, fuck. Like there was. Let's just say this: the bit at the train station when they got off at one point was pretty fucking horrible and pretty creepy.
Yeah, and the way
they sprint.
Yeah, and the way a couple of them transformed into a zombie was actually really horrible. So, yeah.
I think for zombies they are quite creepy. For that, I'll give it at least a 3.
But see, how have I given this a 3 and it comes at night a 1 for Haunt?
Well, that's why I'm surprised you gave it a 1.
I think I gave it more in the end. I gave it 2 or something. Anyway.
Went miles up.
Yeah.
I don't think you did because no, you did.
Yeah, I think I gave it 2 in the end.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway.
Idea.
Yeah.
I gave it 3.5 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
What did you give it?
2.
2.
I was going to give it 1.
Because it's zombies.
It's just zombies.
Yeah, no, but it's on a train. I like the fact that it's because I like the idea that it's on a train that's going across country and they can't really get away from them.
Yeah, I like that they run as well, like you said.
Yeah.
Makes it a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think because it was on a train as opposed to being able to go anywhere, it made you feel a bit more like, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing this? Because they weren't idiots all the time.
Yeah.
They did stuff you did like they do. Narrative.
3.
I gave it 2.5.
Yeah.
Didn't entirely like. Yeah. This is the thing of this. This won't score amazingly high, but it was a very good film because it was a very good thrill ride. It is very entertaining.
It's great for a zombie film as well.
Yeah. Again, I think it might be on Netflix or it's being added. They're doing a sequel for this as well. I can't remember what it's called now. Train to Somewhere Else, I think.
It's originally animation, wasn't it?
No, we got it wrong. It was this, and they're doing an animated sequel to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
As you were saying that, I just remembered us discovering that. Yeah.
And it's the sequel's called Seoul Station. That was it, and it's a sequel to this.
Is it a sequel?
It's a sequel. In case you didn't know, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel to this.
To this one.
Atmosphere.
3.
3.
Nice. Getting pretty much the same scores, just because again it wasn't like just zombies on a train.
Mediocre.
Nice.
Thank you.
Payoff.
3.
Really? I thought you liked the ending quite a bit. I gave it 4. Should have probably told you what I gave it before I wrote it down.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that extra bit.
Well, the ending was 5 for me. It paid off quite well.
Yeah.
Ended okay for me. But it's not
I'll stick
anything.
with 3. I'll stick with
it's not anything like.
No.
Unforgetting. Next one.
Yeah.
Hush.
Shh. Yeah.
On Netflix again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so people can go, I can go watch that because maybe I can't be fucked to find it. But
yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Haunt.
3.
Oh yeah, 3.5. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of done that whole cabin in the woods thing, but
yeah, the idea is, but we'll go into it. Basically, it's about a blind woman who, a deaf woman.
Yeah.
For some reason, she lives out in the middle of the fucking woods. She's a writer, and basically, some guy comes along and starts haunting her. Essentially, just starts fucking with her, and figures out she's deaf very quick, and goes, "I'm going to take the piss out of this." Yeah. And fucks around with her while she's in. It's a survival film. Yeah. Really. Okay, that was Haunt. Yeah, it wasn't very. I gave it 3.5. It wasn't very scary, but the first 10 minutes.
Bits, yeah.
Starting was creepy
the stuff
enough.
that you see in the trailer, basically, his mask, and that he's sending her pictures of herself that he's obviously taking from outside. That's pretty scary, but it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea.
4.5.
Oh, okay. I've given it a 3.
Interesting.
Because I think although making her deaf is a really great move,
Yeah.
it is still just someone alone in a cabin
Yeah.
in the woods again. And how many times have I already said that just in these few films?
Yeah.
Just that thing of isolation, isn't it? That's essentially what the idea is isolation.
It's interesting, yeah. I gave it a 4.5 because of the whole death thing. But, yeah, there are things that have dropped because of other bits to do with this movie. But for that, I've given it that. Narrative?
3.
Well, I also gave it a 3. This dropped for me. Do you know why?
Why?
All the idea about her being a writer,
Yeah.
other than the bit near the start where she writes down about him
Yeah.
to leave for someone who has to find it, it's very
That's
cool.
very good,
Like, she
yeah.
quickly writes in her laptop, like, tool, this is what he's wearing,
Yeah.
so in case anyone finds they can find the fucker, which is very nice. Instead of leaving like and this is like, she says, I love you, mum and dad, something like that, doesn't she? But the whole idea of her being a writer and about being a writer and about how there's bits in the film where she kind of thinks to herself and you hear her voice and she plots stuff out. I don't like those bits. I don't think I needed to kind of add a weird thing to this film. Like it kind of
it's very strange.
Cheapens it, and that kind of dropped narrative for me because I don't like those bits.
No.
And there are also she makes some stupid decisions in this, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
If I remember right. Next one, atmosphere.
3.
3. I also gave it 3.
Yeah.
Because it was quite creepy out there in
I'm
those
kind
woods.
of straight down the line with this.
There were some great bits in there.
Yeah.
Let's just say the bit with the neighbour was very good.
Yeah, a bit with the
Forgot about that. That was very good.
Yeah.
Last bit.
Yeah.
Payoff.
2.
You gave it a 2.
I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 4. But I don't really remember entirely.
Why?
I'm going to drop that because I do just remember now. I don't know why I gave it so high. Maybe I thought I was doing a different film. I'm going to give it. You gave it 2. I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah, I've got 3 written down here, but I don't.
Wasn't anything special.
No.
It's just, yeah.
No, 2.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And there was a bit of a cliche right near the end as well, so it deserves that 2.
I can't remember it, but tell me after.
I'm not ruining anything. Sirens. There's sirens.
Oh, okay.
Sirens, and I just. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Hush, you've dropped another point for me there. I've given you 2 for that. I forgot about that.
4. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Sirens, fair enough.
Well, there we go.
Next one.
What we do in the shadows.
No.
Under the shadows.
Yeah.
I just realised I changed the order because when I wrote them down, I got confused, and then I was like, oh wait, no, I've done the scores the wrong way around, so I changed the names around. Under the shadows. Yeah.
Okay, Haunt.
3.
Interesting. I gave it 4 because
Yeah.
I remember being pretty fucking
There
creeped
was
out by
actually
this.
quite some really scary bits in this, but not the
I'm
whole
basically
thing.
a bit of my Haunt as well is based on how I'm like, fuck, come on, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like you kind of wait for it to be like, oh, come on, what's gonna happen? You kind of you're like kind of sort of tiptoeing towards what's gonna happen because you're kind of a bit worried. But yeah, I found this quite creepy.
Yeah, I've gone higher on something else that I think was better, so that's why.
Yeah, this is a smaller film you should watch. This is it is an Iranian film.
Yeah.
And it's quite similar to The Babadook. It's about a lady and her child, and she's quite stressed. It's got the whole idea about feminism in there. It's got a lot of feminism in there about like the way she has to be dressed in her country and all that kind of stuff. And it's to do with bombing. I'm pretty sure they're being bombed from Iraq.
I loved all that. I thought it was
so what surrounds it?
really
the
good
whole
concept.
Yeah.
Idea. Yeah.
I gave it 4.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, okay, that gives it 8.
For that reason, that I thought it was really nice the way they tied in it being about feminism and the war that was going on, and how every time that the like air raid shelter sort of noise thing went off, I just thought it was really good. It's a really good concept.
Yeah, and the concept that made this a horror film, so the creature or what it is that's haunting and all that kind of stuff, what they called it and what it is, adds to the idea for me because it's folk-tale-y and it's not really used in films.
Yeah,
so that put it up for me as well. Next bit is narrative.
3.5.
3.5 skulls because they're not points.
I also gave it 3.5 skulls.
Halloween. Yeah.
It's scary because they're skulls, not points.
All stars.
Atmosphere.
I gave it 4.5.
I give it 4 skulls.
Because it was a very good atmosphere. Because the sirens and like like all the bombing raids, all that kind of stuff made a brilliant atmosphere. What they're being haunted by made an atmosphere. That fucking that set of flats was disgusting and horrible and to it. So I gave it quite high for that. Then the last payoff.
Yeah, I've lost it. Oh, 2.
2.
I
get
seem to
3.5.
remember it dying off at the end.
So do I. I remember them getting in a car.
Yeah.
Don't know why I just said that. That's a bit of a spoiler.
Well
I won't say anything else.
You don't know who them is.
Yeah. Who's them? You don't know.
You
Shut up
don't
and spoil
You
anything.
don't actually
No.
know who them is.
That's what I remember of it though.
Yeah.
Next up.
Tucker and Dale versus
No,
Evil.
you muppet. What we do in the shadows is next.
Oh, for goodness sake, man. What we do in the shadows?
Okay,
How
first
many
comedy on this
skulls
list.
did you give it?
We need to say what it is quick. Taika Waititi film before he did Thor Ragnarok. He
Yeah.
did What We Do in the Shadows, which is about a group of vampires hanging out in a house, paying rent, doing daily chores, and about just their daily ongoings. They'd make a documentary about their days, and it's a comedy.
Yeah.
But we had to put a few comedies on there, so here we
Yeah.
go. Sorry, for Haunt.
I said
1.
sorry before I said anything.
1.
I actually gave it 3 because I think the vampire.
You found it scary,
I
then
can't
It
remember
Comes
who
at Night.
I can't
Brilliant.
remember who. Yeah, the vampire that lives
Downstairs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
find
it's
him
fucking
really,
terrible. He looks like
really
Nosferatu,
scary.
doesn't it?
Yeah. I think he's horrible. I think I was a bit stupid when It Comes at Night. Can I
Right,
give it
it's
3?
Yeah, it's fine.
I changed it. Yeah.
Well, you just did give it a 3. You said 3 to start with.
No, I said It Comes at Night.
Oh, It Comes at Night.
Yeah, I
you
wanna
gave 3.
change
What
it
did you
to a
give it? You
3.
gave it
2.
2. Okay. Christ
There we
almighty,
go.
the score sheet looks
Sorry
like
about
piss.
that. Yeah, 3. Because obviously it's not a scary film, but actually those bits do really scare me.
Fair enough. Idea?
5.
I give it 4.
Brilliant idea. Never seen it done.
Yeah. I've seen
It probably
similar
has been
stuff.
done, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So,
That's a fair point.
yeah.
Next one
Yeah.
is narrative.
5.
5. I gave it 3.5. There are some bits I wasn't sure of with it.
Really?
If I'm honest, there are a few bits I was like, come on.
Yeah, there is
bit
a couple of bits, I won't lie, but I think
But it has
its idea
what
and
happens
being
is
able
still
to
good.
carry this out,
Yeah.
that's just, I think it's very, 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 very clever.
Atmosphere.
3.
I gave it 2.5.
Yeah.
5.5. Just because it's a comedy isn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, just for a bit like a kind of. They do well with the kind of horror, like shitty feeling old
Yeah.
vampire house.
Yeah.
And that. And then payoff.
4.
I had a 3.5 for payoff.
Yeah.
I remember ending quite funny, but I don't remember being like.
It's
hilarious
really
as it could have
funny.
been.
It's a good ending, and the fact that we were quoting it after and going back and watching bits of it and telling people about it, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For just to have this concept and to carry it out well and for it to be funny. This is the sort of film that I would expect to watch clips from or to watch it for half an hour and then turn it off. But
Yeah.
you can watch this whole film. I think it's really well done.
Completely fair enough.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
It's got in 2010. This is the oldest one on this list.
Ah.
It's another jokey film. It's a comedy
Yeah.
about 2 hillbillies living
Yeah.
up in the woods, and they're getting mistaken for murderers
Yeah.
when they're just friendly guys
Yeah.
by a group of teenagers. So it kind of flips it
Yeah.
over, puts it backwards.
Haunt?
For Haunt, I gave it 1. I imagine before looking. Yeah, I gave it 1
I also gave it 1.
because it's not scary.
I would have
in the
given it
slightest.
0.5 actually. That's the lowest you could give it because it is not at all scary. But we'll stick with 1.
Stick
That's
with
fine.
1. Why not?
Yeah.
Then it was Idea.
3.
I gave it a 3.5 for Idea.
Yeah.
For probably the same reasons. It was an interesting concept, flipping it on
Yeah.
its head, and
Yeah.
it played some bits out funny. It was ridiculous,
Yeah.
but I didn't realise it was 2010 till the other day. And realising that
Yeah.
2010, it probably was funnier and it probably worked a lot better because it was a lot
Yeah.
fresher.
I think
whereas now
people
it's
have
a bit
started to
like,
do a lot more like
that.
mockumentaries and things like that. And obviously this isn't a mockumentary, but I mean like flipping ideas on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Narrative.
3.
I gave it 2
Yeah.
because again I was a bit like it's a bit much
It
at
was.
times.
I think it was carried out okay.
Yeah.
It
Atmosphere?
was pleasant.
Oh, sorry. Atmosphere.
No, sorry. Atmosphere. 1.
Me too. Because again, it's a comedy. Didn't do much of it. It's just in the woods, and that was
Yeah.
all for it. Payoff.
3. Because
I
I
also
felt
gave it
like
3.
it was just okay. It was
Yeah,
fine. Yeah.
Absolutely fine ending.
And it wasn't like oh god that died at the end, which I think this easily could have, and I think the ending made it like a nice round film, and
Yeah.
it was fine.
Absolutely fine.
It's a good film. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's worth a watch.
And it's on Netflix again.
And it's short. It's nice and short.
Yeah.
That works in its favour.
If you want to watch a comedy for
yeah,
Halloween,
yeah.
Should be one on your list.
Yeah, definitely.
Westbound is next. This is another one of these small ones. We found it. I can't remember where we found it. I think we found it on a list somewhere. It's about purgatory essentially, or you can take it as that. It's not a spoiler, but you can take it as.
Yeah.
It's all these. It's a lot of. It's an anthology basically.
Yeah.
A couple of horror short stories that all tie in nicely.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, that's all I'll say for it. All based on like to do with roads to hell. Haunt.
2.
Did you really? I get 4.5.
Did you?
I found it pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
There's some horrible bits in there. The stuff with the demons. I can't remember. Without saying spoilers, there was the bar full of those guys was horrible. The hospital was fucking horrible.
Oh right.
Think about all the different short stories. How many horrible bits? That house where the girls go to was horrible. The 2 girls on the road with those things
Oh,
and the
God,
desert
I
was
forgot about
horrible.
that.
Yeah, think about that film. It's pretty fucking
3.
sinister. Alright, put up. What did you just give it? 2.5.
Yeah. Oh, 2.
There was a lot of
No, I
horror-y,
gave it 2.
like.
I think so. 3. Yeah.
You gave it 2. Wait, so you're giving it 3 now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's...
It was. I don't think it was that bad though.
No, but we find different things scary.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. Idea.
3.
Interesting. I gave Idea 4, and because having an anthology of short stories,
Yeah.
there were some quite poopy ones in there.
Yeah.
But the hospital one,
Hospital one was
the
a really
very
good
start
idea.
one running around the house, that was a loop, and there was some really cool ideas in
Yeah.
there. It would have given it a 5 if it wouldn't have those shitty ones. But like I said, the hospital one and like a few ideas
That's why
in
I've
there
given
were
it
really
3
cool.
because I think the others brought it right down.
Yeah, it's a shame because there are some great ones in there. You should watch. Again, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Narrative.
3.
I gave it a 3.5, and again I think it's because some were great and some were.
High.
I really liked it. Because
Did
the hospital thing was great, and because a few of the things in here were really good.
Yeah.
And like I said,
No,
it's a shame
yeah,
I
it's
would have higher.
completely
The
fair.
others
I
didn't
just
bring it
don't
down.
remember you liking it this much at the time.
I don't know why. I just didn't really say. I
No.
think we watched it quite late, so we didn't say anything after massively about it. It's just because when you think back about his films, it's how much you remember him. I remember this one quite a bit.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
3.
See, I gave it 4 because I think. Again, it's not.
This is the highest one you've scored.
No, this isn't doing that great looking at
Is
these
it?
scores.
Well, that's because I've given it
Lows.
quite low.
Because the atmosphere, because again, daylight, it's creepy in the daylight. When they're on that road, in the desert road, and there's those weird skull creatures at the start, they're in the trailer, don't worry. And those weird skull creatures, I find that quite creepy. They're just floating while they're going in this road. It looks horrible. It looks like there's inevitable doom coming.
Yeah.
And again, that hospital atmosphere,
The hospital is really
fucking
good.
scary.
Yeah,
Like
that's my
again, it's the
favourite
same as
one.
Haunt. Those bits were quite creepy.
Yeah.
And then the payoff.
3.
Then I gave that 3 because again, it didn't really go anywhere too
No.
great in the end. It kind of just wrapped itself up.
Yeah.
It didn't kind of kick off or anything.
I'll tell you why as well for this. It felt like episodes of like Are You Afraid of the Dark or something. It didn't feel like it had any like production value. It didn't feel very.
I think because they were done by different people and because it really didn't have much.
It wasn't very cohesive. I think that's the
No.
thing. It felt all over the place, and I
Yeah.
felt like I was watching episodes of, like, good episodes from series, and
Yeah.
some weren't as good.
Yeah.
I wasn't wowed by it. I wasn't
get what you
really
mean.
scared by it. It was good. It was okay, but there was nothing over a 3 for me.
Fair enough. I think because I find it a bit cheaper than budget, because it's got a little less budget, I think that makes it a bit scarier for me at times. I don't know why. It's just honestly, it's just because a few of those like a few of them are quite good. I think that's what put it out for me because those ones carried it quite high. Anyway, on to the next.
Yep.
The Ritual, which only just has come out in cinema a couple of weeks ago, about a group of guys that were up to no good.
Yeah.
Started making trouble. Don't be that guy. About a couple of guys.
Did you just start doing that rap that I hate more than anything in the whole world?
Yeah. Sorry. I've said the first time. It's about a couple of guys who should have gone to Vegas. They go to Sweden on a hiking trip because one of their friends was killed in a supermarket.
Yeah.
And one of them feels bad because he didn't do anything about it. He just kind of watched. Yeah. And he feels bad. They go on a hiking trip to Sweden.
And we feel bad for him because his friends are really
dickheads
harsh.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They go to Sweden for a hiking trip and they want to get back soon because one of them hurts himself. So they decide to go through the woods, like unexplored woods, as opposed to the way they came.
Yeah.
And there's dodgy shit going on in those woods.
Yeah.
Start off then with Haunt.
Yeah.
What did you give it?
I've said 3, but I feel like my reaction in the cinema would.
That's interesting. Yeah, I gave it 3.5.
I'm going to say 4.
You're going to say 4?
Because those. Oh, yeah. There was bits in that really had me terrified.
going to say
one
you
bit
seem
in
pretty creeped
particular.
out.
Yeah. When I think of the film as a whole, I think 3 would be, but for how frightened I was, 4.
All right.
4. Yeah.
Idea?
Idea 3.
I gave it 3.5.
Because I really like the idea, but again, it's like let's go in the woods because it's a shortcut. Nah.
Okay, I'm going to say for idea the reason why I gave it a bit more.
Yeah.
Right, without saying certain words.
Yeah.
The design of something.
Yeah.
Added to the idea for me. And that put it up a little bit.
But
Again,
I've included that in my atmosphere.
Interesting.
Type
All right.
thing because I
That's
think
absolutely
that added to the atmosphere of it.
Fair enough.
There's a rubbish truck beeping outside. Thanks for that.
Okay, that's so loud.
It's so loud.
Is it picking up loudly? That's
Yeah.
got to be picking up. I should probably pause this quick.
All right.
Okay, narrative for
Yeah.
this. Oh, you're not going to go?
Oh, sorry. Narrative. 3.5.
Oh, I gave it 3.
Mm.
Because again, yeah. It was alright.
Yeah.
It was good enough. But yeah. Not much to say about it really, is it? Atmosphere.
4.
I gave it a 4. Wait, no, looking at the wrong one. A 4 as well.
Yeah.
Because the woods were very well done.
the
And
bit
again, it's a
with-
different country
There's a
that we don't
house
know.
that's in the trailer. There's a house bit and Jesus.
I will
Very
say for the
good.
atmosphere and that kind of stuff, there is a bit in this film where it's very bollocks to do what it does towards the start, and someone walked out in the film for us because of that bit. But
Bit?
let's just say the hut.
Yeah. Oh, what? Then that's when someone walked out.
Yeah.
Oh, was that when? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. The
Yeah,
house.
'cause it's
I
pretty-
said
yeah,
the
I know,
house.
that's what I said
Yeah.
because you said the house. I was saying
Oh,
what happens
right.
in the house was pretty
Yeah.
ballsy. Payoff.
3.
I gave it a 4.5.
Really, I was gonna say 4, and
And
then
you
I
just
just
said 3, didn't you?
4.
Okay. Christ almighty. Because no sirens to start with.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't really work for all of them, but it does for this for a certain reason.
Yeah.
It's quite sad
It's very
in
sad.
a good way. Like, I won't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very nicely done,
Yeah, it was.
and it just kind of. Because for the same reason as Get Out, I won't say why. For the same reason I like the payoff for Get Out,
Yeah.
because it's like the
yeah.
stuff. Puts payoff up for me.
He's very good too.
Next one, yeah, he's very good, and I forgot his name. Was it Rafe
Spall.
Spall.
Yeah. Timothy Spall's nephew?
Niece.
Niece.
I'm joking. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up,
The Witch.
Witch.
Yeah.
Witch Haunt.
3.
3.5 for me.
Because there's
Creepy,
like
but not
there's
always
like
creepy.
2, possibly 3 bits that I was like, oh god. But I remember actually being pretty disappointed with this.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. I remember you liked it when we come out.
No.
But then you
I
watched it
really
again.
I really liked it. It's a really good film. But I thought when I watched the trailers, I literally remember thinking that's going to be the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life, and it
Do you feel a bit
totally
disappointed
wasn't.
for the same reason with It Comes at Night? In terms of,
Maybe.
I didn't just put a pen on the sofa. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, actually, exactly the same because I think I thought A Night was going to be like one of the scariest things I've ever seen as well.
Yeah. Interesting.
And it
Fair enough. I was just a bit creeped out by it.
Yeah.
But I think it's that whole kind of. I don't know what.
Because
it just
that,
wasn't.
it being set in that time and it all to do with like old folklore and it being like quite sinister and people being very very religious and stuff like that always scares me and this didn't get me very much.
Fair
So,
enough.
yeah.
Idea.
3.
I gave it 4 for that
Yeah.
because most of the reasons you just said, because it's folklore and because it's about witches, but it's not necessarily completely original. So no, but because you see this kind of old, they're taking a risk with this horror film because it's not modern day, and obviously the way they speak, the way they sort of pronunciation.
Put a lot of
that kind
people
things.
off how they talk, but that was one of the things that I really liked about it actually.
Yeah. Narrative.
Felt authentic 4.
I also give it 4 for narrative.
Mm.
It was nicely done. It's just a nice little folk tale.
And there was some really, really wonderful acting.
And again,
Really
there's
good.
theories and ideas of
Yeah.
like why they're out there, why they got cast out of the town.
Yeah.
All those and they're never like really obviously. This is why you have to catch it in the dialogue,
Yeah.
which is why it goes up for narrative for me.
Yes.
Atmosphere.
5.
Oh yeah, 4.5.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was, yeah. It was
Again,
really,
probably
really,
because of the time it was for
the
the
time
period.
it was set, where they were, the fact that they were cast out, and also the tensions between
all of them.
every single person in the family, like,
and not entirely knowing what's going on again.
No.
Always adds to the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
yeah,
Completely agree.
yeah.
Well, I don't completely agree. I can mostly agree because I gave it 4.5. Payoff.
3.5.
Interesting. I gave it a 4.
I did give it a 4, and I just changed my mind as I said it.
Fair enough. Oh, that's fair enough though. I didn't,
Yeah,
I gave it a 5, but I can see why you've given it. Because
Yeah.
it wasn't like an incredible ending, but it was fine. It was absolutely fine enough.
Yeah.
It worked, and I was
It
happy
cool.
with it.
Yeah,
I didn't come out being like, what the fuck?
no, yeah.
What would we do if we were giving 10 Cloverfield Lane a payoff? It's on this list, but 1.
No. I don't know what I'd give it. I don't have to.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't breathe. What'd you
Haunt.
give it? What?
For Haunt.
Haunt 2.
2 as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't very scary.
It wasn't very scary, but then I remembered the stuff that they find of what he's been doing.
What, in the underneath bit?
Yeah.
I did find Haunt. It was like, because again, it wasn't that scary because it was more like a kind of laughy scary. Like, oh, fucking hell.
I wasn't laughing. I was not laughing.
Fair enough. Idea?
4.
I also
I
gave it
think
a
it's a
4.
wonderful idea.
Yes.
However,
It's also like Hush, but in reverse.
Yeah.
Blind. We didn't say what it was about again because
Yeah.
we're fucking idiots.
a blind man has a fortune of however much money in his house, and 3 young delinquents find out about the money and that the man is blind, and so they think that they can sneak into his house while he's asleep and take the money
Yeah.
and escape for
Then
a
they
better life.
Find out he's not so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Don't know why I think so, but he didn't think maybe he was as useless as he.
No, they thought he was like defenseless, but he ain't.
Yeah, defenseless. And the twist probably adds to it quite a bit.
Yeah.
I won't say what it is,
No.
but yeah. Narrative.
3.
I've given it a 2. I'm going to put it up to a 3 as well because
Yeah.
of that twist. Actually, I completely forgot about what we just said about it.
Yeah.
That does put it up for me because that adds an interesting turn to it.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. Oh, I've given it a 3,
I've given it 2.5
but yeah, I was gonna say I feel that's a bit high. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5
Right.
too.
because again, there's house or it's just not house. The lights off. There's no kind of there isn't much atmosphere to it in
No.
terms like that.
No.
And then Payoff.
2,
2 as well.
because they mugged us right off with that bit at the end.
Yep, that's
Screw
why I
you,
dropped it
Phil.
right down for me
Screw
because
you.
what I did at the end kind of cheapened
Yeah,
it quite a
Totally cheapened it.
bit.
Yeah.
Last one on the list.
Lights
oh
out.
my god. Lights out. Okay.
Haunt 5.
Interesting.
Terrified.
I gave it.
Absolutely horrible. I hate the concept of this film, like in a good way. It scares
I gave
the
it
life
3 for
out
that.
of me. I think it's horrible.
Because
It's
we watched it on a
horrible.
plane. When
Yeah,
I
see,
actually
I
watched
saw
it
it
at
in-
the cinema.
yeah, and I
I watched
saw
it
it
the
in
first
the
time I
cinema.
watched it with you was on a plane. And I wasn't scared because we were joking about it.
And it was
kinda
on a
like,
tiny little screen. But
Yeah.
when it was completely dark in the cinema and it was loud,
Yeah.
no, it's horrible. Oh,
had
It
we
still
watched this
scares me.
film without seeing any trailers, I would have found it scarier
It
because I
still
knew
scares
what
me
I
now.
know, but I knew what was coming. If I hadn't have seen any trailers for this and watched this film, should we say what it's about a little bit? You know more about it than I do. 'Cause I can't remember the
it's
plot.
about it's about this. Well, at
Broken
the start you
family?
think at the start you think it's this creature. When the lights go off, it appears, and then it turns out that
This is a
it
spoiler.
is it is to do with this family, and something that happened in one of their pasts, and now this creature or whatever it is sort of
Can be seen when the lights are out.
following them, but it's only when you turn the lights out you can see it.
It's kind of
The lights obviously
horrifying.
aren't completely out, shouldn't be able to see it at all.
No.
It's horrible.
Idea?
Idea 3.
I gave it a 4 for idea.
Did you?
Yeah, I like the whole lights out concept.
Oh,
I do like the concept.
Sorry,
But it's not what?
4.
Okay.
Sorry, I just read that. Don't know where else.
Next one.
Yeah,
Narrative.
3.
I gave it 2.5
Yeah,
because
because I think they could have used it
I-
more.
I
and
appreciate the
better.
creature and I appreciate the idea
Yeah.
of the scariness, but I didn't appreciate the story. I didn't appreciate the acting with.
Yeah,
If I'm
I
honest with
agree.
you.
I didn't appreciate her wig.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you kidding me?
It felt quite.
If you watch this
blockbustery
film,
and cheapy.
the main girl with the long blonde hair.
She's in Don't Breathe as well.
Yeah.
She's the same girl in a lot of horror films. Is it
No,
not?
she's not.
Is it
Jeffrey.
not?
No, it's not her.
Oh, it's not. Of course, it's not.
No.
Those two, but both of those two are in horror films
Yeah,
quite a
she's
lot.
in. I can't remember the other thing she was in. She was just in
Not can I?
Hacksaw Ridge. But anyway, Yes, she has a wig on, and it's really super obvious. In like the last sort of like showdown bit where they're fighting this thing, it's just so bad.
Yeah.
Watch it for that alone; it's hilarious.
Atmosphere.
4.
For atmosphere, I gave it 1.
I think I've been a bit high there, but it just scared me so much.
Well, it doesn't matter because I've evened it out with a 1. So
Yeah.
I didn't really feel the atmosphere, and
Yeah.
that might be because of where I was watching it. But unfortunately, that's the case with this film.
Yeah.
Payoff.
3.
I gave it 2.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it last night.
I don't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was the best thing ever.
No, I just thought that it was building up to something and then went the other way, and not in the way where I was like, oh, thank God it twisted it. It was more in the other way where I was like, well, that was kind of pointless. Kind of sense. That's just my opinion, right? Don't shoot me for it. Don't take away my Halloween candy for it.
Put my gun down. You get no Halloween
All right.
treats.
Time
Okay.
to score
Let's
these.
tally these scores.
Oh, we'll be right back. Let's do this.
Okay.
In 19th place.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the points until we get to number 5 because that will take forever. In 19th place.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
It's going to end up there. 18th place.
Yeah.
Don't Breathe.
Yeah, alright.
17th place.
Yeah.
The Sacrament.
Oh.
It's my doing, probably.
Yeah.
Joint 15th then.
Yeah.
These are the same score. Hush and Train to Busan.
Oh, yeah, alright.
Interestingly.
Yeah.
14th,
Yeah.
Lights Out. I thought this would be
Yeah.
higher because of your scores, but clearly not.
I
So,
didn't give it that high in the
no,
end. No.
you didn't. But that's why it's there. 13.
Yeah.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Quite high for a comedy.
Yeah,
I was
it is.
expecting our own
Good.
two
Yeah.
comedies.
I thought it actually might be higher.
Fair enough.
I gave it quite high. Yeah.
In 12th place.
Yeah.
The Invitation. I thought that would be higher.
I thought that'd be a lot higher.
I guess. Okay, so basically these are in terms. I mean, bear in mind these are in terms of not what's the better film.
Yeah.
Horror, like what has the more sort of
Yeah.
substance of horror.
Yeah.
In terms of these scores,
Yeah.
skulls, not stars. In 11th place.
Yeah.
Westbound.
Oh.
What's my doing? Yeah, very
No.
happy with that.
No, I'm not.
There's only one.
That does not deserve to be higher than no,
Fair enough.
especially not higher than The Invitation.
Wow.
No
But
way.
that's quite. Yeah. They might have been joint actually saying that. 10th place.
Yeah.
Under the Shadow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 9th place.
Yeah.
It Comes at Night.
Oh.
See, I would have said that was quite higher.
Yeah.
In 8th place.
Yeah.
Creep 2.
Yeah.
7th place. This is the one that shocks me the most that this is so high.
Yeah.
The Ritual.
Oh wow.
7th place. Yeah.
It was
Can you give
good
it?
though.
Yeah.
They did well.
So
Yeah.
like I said, these are horror scores here,
Yeah,
not just
exactly.
general film scores.
Yeah.
And our scoring system never makes any sense for how we
Nah.
score stuff. We forget what we scored stuff in the past, so never
Yeah.
mind. 6th place.
Yeah.
The Witch.
Oh god.
Now we're down to the last 5. Well, to be fair, these last 5 isn't too bad.
Okay.
Down to the last 5.
Yeah.
In 5th place.
Yeah.
With 38.5 skulls
Yeah.
out of 50 skulls.
Yeah.
It Follows.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
4th place.
Yeah.
Get Out with 39.5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
3rd place.
Yeah.
The Wailing with
Yeah.
a big jump up here to 42.5.
Wow.
2nd place.
Yeah.
Creep.
Yeah.
Got 2nd place.
Nice.
With
Well done.
43.5 points.
Yeah, I think that's well deserved.
And in 1st place.
Yeah.
What does that leave?
I can't think.
Do the voice.
I can't think. Do the voice.
I'm not going to do the voice, I'll shit you up. But I've said yet. With 45 out of 50 skulls.
Oh god.
The Babadook comes in number 1. And there's your score for the day, for
Wow.
the evening, for the year.
For the
Happy
year.
Halloween.
Happy Hallows.
Surprised with some of that. I would have, if I could change this round, I maybe would have put Westbound closer to 19.
Yeah.
I would have put The Ritual closer to 19.
I would have put The Invitation closer to the top 5.
Yeah.
Shows these.
Well, based on new scores anyway.
Yeah.
So this isn't a defining list of what's best, but it
No.
kind of it's a guide for a lot of it because I would
Yeah.
say those top 5 are a pretty good top 5.
Yeah, they are. They are.
There you have it.
Yeah.
Should we swiftly move on to news?
It's a very small amount of
News.
that we have. News.
Do you want to see what I've just seen this morning,
Oh,
though, for
you
news?
never let me do it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
News.
You have to say it 3 times. You got to say it in 2 different scary voices now.
Oh, okay. News.
Maybe not for so long. Okay. I just read when I was on the toilet this morning
Oh, you're gross.
that House of Cards
Yeah.
has been cancelled.
Well, yeah. Of course it has.
Why?
Pause it. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But, yeah.
You thought I didn't know. I know.
Yeah.
I know
good.
my
Why
stuff.
look it up? How about that? It's not going to touch
Yeah.
subjects of Kevin Spacey. But yeah, it's been cancelled. Not that we've ever watched it. It was quite big news.
Did they say that it's been cancelled because of, in light of
Yes.
that news? Yeah.
It's been cancelled because of that. Look it up.
God.
Go do your own research. God, you should just come to us for your research.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite obvious. Daredevil season 3.
Yeah.
They've got Vincent D'Onofrio. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Wilson Fisk is back for that season.
That's excellent.
It'd be weird if he wasn't, because he's kind of still in. He was in the second series.
Yeah.
And it still hasn't ended with him.
No.
So it'd be kind of weird if he wasn't in it.
Just
Good
credit
news
to
though, 'cause
what
he's
an amazing villain he is that
Yeah.
he's managed to last 3 series.
And he's great in it all still.
Burn, Sigourney Weaver.
So you've got David Tennant
Oh,
back
spoilers.
in. Not really.
Yeah, Tennant's back. We already knew that.
Yeah. Now you've got Vincent back. Yeah. I'm glad he's back. What do you if they didn't show said they made him wear a swimming cap instead this time? It's the
It
budget.
was just slightly the wrong colour
Yeah.
and had that like gathered flesh look. That'd look amazing.
And the last bit of news already.
Yeah.
They're doing a film. I don't think you said it was last week, but I swear it's been like older than a week now. It's at least a week old. They're doing there is an X-23 film in the works.
Yeah.
So / Laura film. Or the little girl from Logan. They're doing a film, and I think it's.
And that's credit to her, how good she was in that
Yeah.
film. She's very, very wonderful.
Do you want her to have her own film? No.
No.
She was
No.
great in it.
She's
Don't get me
brilliant,
wrong,
yeah.
But I don't think she needs
No.
a film for it, because you're just sort of again
Yeah.
cheapening Logan and
No.
all like taking.
I understand why they've done it because she was so good, but no, I don't want it.
No.
No.
Can't be bothered for it, if I'm honest.
That's another. It's going to be another little mutants film, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't do it perfect, then
Yeah.
it's not going to come off very well. and you're gonna
Also,
ruin
mutants like always started off as like they were really cool because they genuinely felt like outcasts and like nobody really cared about them. But the more and more
It's cool being
popular
mutant these days.
they get these films and stuff. It feels like mutants are cool, and like that's
groovy.
kind of the whole point that they weren't
Yeah.
cool and now they are. So screw you guys.
Totally, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, have a happy Halloween, everybody. I hope you get significantly scared.
Significantly.
No. No, you will. Oh, will you? Anyway, catch us on Twitter. Catch us on the gram. Catch us on the book. Catch us on the flip side. Yo.
Under what name?
Wide-eyed runners.
How many spaces?
One space.
Between.
Wide-eyed is one word. Space. Runners. Don't write space. Just press the space bar. It's the long one at the bottom of the keyboard. And you'll be done.
Do it.
You'll be
You
golden.
can also guess on the YouTube,
Yeah.
hopefully where you're listening to this.
Yeah.
If you're listening on iTunes, then you're going to have to come on over to YouTube.
Yeah.
On the flip side, then.
Yeah.
Under what we call this, but you also go to our hub.
Yeah.
Wire Runners, which you'll probably see at the bottom on the screen at some point now.
Yeah.
Suddenly, soon.
There it is. I
yeah.
hope you can time that just right. And
Next
if you
week-
want to reach us personally, Leo's mobile number is 07.
Just keep ringing through the night.
Just keep ringing. Leave as many voicemails as you want / can. He'll get back to you.
Oh, it's you. So fucking
What's
ghost
me?
up here. Very funny. Stop it, please.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Subscribe if you like.
Yeah.
Got no subscribers. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Or just watch some of our short videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, have a nice week.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Halloween.
Don't know what we're gonna do
Well, I was
next
going
week.
to say,
We'll
like,
work it
have
out.
a good day, but, like, Halloween, and it didn't
Shut
work
up.
out. Just leave it there.
Just leave it there.
Just leave it there.
Well, shit.